Do you want to increase brand awareness, attract new patients immediately and consistently, and become the go-to practice in your community? Then learn how to do ground marketing. That's what I'm going to be teaching you in this series. Let's dive in. Leveraging testimonials and success stories, especially with your ground marketing. Now, every practice says the same thing in their marketing. Hey, we care about our patients. But patients don't believe words. They believe witnesses. And your reviews, those are your witnesses. Your job isn't to get reviews. It's to collect proof that your care actually changed someone's day or life. And then let that proof do the talking. So I'm going to show you how to engineer that proof. From the moment someone meets you at a community event or at their business place of work, to the moment they tell the whole town on Google that you changed their life. Now, I'll break it into 5 systems. Number 1, the micro-moment review engine. This is how to reliably get the right Google reviews. 2, experience story review loop. So you're going to turn ground marketing into review fuel. 3, review to revenue pipeline. How to use reviews so they actually bring patients. 4, the witness wall system. This is going to be social proof everywhere without feeling salesy. And then 5, review metrics that actually matter. So what to track and how to decide your next moves. So let's go into the first one, the micro moment review engine. Let's start with where 95% of offices get this wrong. They ask for reviews at cold moments when the patient's just trying to check out at the front and they're about to leave. Instead, I want you to start asking for reviews at hot moments when emotion is high and gratitude is fresh. I call these review micro moments. And here's good 3 ways you know, hey, we need to have a review in this specific area or spectrum or feeling or emotion. Number 1, when pain disappears. 2, when fear is replaced with relief. And 3, when someone finally feels understood. Those are your 3 green lights. So train your team to recognize them like they recognize cavities. Okay. So when the moment hits, don't ask for a 5-star review. Instead, make it about them. Make it about their courage, their relief, their generosity. So you can say, for example, when the pain disappears, right? Like, oh, I'm not feeling pain no more. Oh, boom, that's a trigger in your team. Oh my gosh, now's the time. I got to ask. And then you can utilize a script like, man, you know what? That's huge. You're finally getting a good night's sleep again. If you share that on Google, it actually helps people who are up right now scrolling in pain, trying to figure out what to do. You could save them a few sleepless nights. Or you can say something like, you know what? You earned that relief. Not everyone takes action when they're hurting. You know what? If you post your story, you'll show people it's worth making the call and then kind of like guide them to it. Boom. Or if they say, when fear is relieved, right? Man, that wasn't bad at all, right? Maybe they say something like that. That wasn't as bad as I thought. And you can say, that's what everyone says right after. You know, if you share that on Google, nervous people actually believe you more than they believe us. You could calm someone's fear just by saying that. Or you can say something like, see, that wasn't bad at all. Or you should let the internet know it's not torture in here. It's just a quick, easy experience. And you continue. Or if they say something along the lines like where they feel seen or understood, such as, hey, no one ever explained it that clearly before to me. You can say something like, you know, that's awesome to hear. If you write that in our Google review, it'll help people realize there are offices that actually take time to explain things. You'd help them know what to look for. You can say something like, you know what, you'd be surprised how many patients tell us no one ever explains things. If you mention that in your review, you're helping people find the kind of care you just experienced. That's it. You're kind of like expecting them, like, hey, just mention it here. Make sure when you're leaving the review, you're mentioning this. And here's like a universal close. You can just say, you know what, I'll text you the link. It takes 20 seconds, but it really does help a lot of people. That's it. And they can get the text message right then and there in the operatory if you want. You didn't beg for stars. You invited them to serve. And that's what makes it natural, because helping others feels better than helping a business. And that's what you're giving them. The scripts for this and many more scripts that your team can utilize, you guys can be in a morning huddle or a team meeting and memorize these scripts or memorize a script, but memorize these 3 micro moments. When pain disappears, when fear is replaced with relief, and when someone finally feels understood. When they experience this, that should be your team's trigger point to be like, oh, I have to now utilize the script. And then they'll utilize one of the scripts, right? And all those scripts can be found in the ground marketing course. So if you're not a member of the ground marketing course, I invite you, go in the show notes below, click on the first link in the show notes below and become a member. I'd love to see you in the course. You'll get all the scripts, but also all the scripts and strategies we've talked about in all the previous episodes and so much more. So definitely go do that. Check it out. And all you got to do is just memorize it, copy and paste it, make sure you rehearse it, role play it, and that's it. And so utilize these scripts and the universal close as well. That's going to be one of your main things here is remembering the micro moment review engine, remembering those three things, and then boom, saying one of those scripts. Now, part 2 is the experience story review loop. Now, what if I told you your ground marketing can actually generate reviews before they ever sit in your chair? Most offices treat events like fishing trips, hand out bags, goodies, hope someone bites, and then that's it. But the best use of ground marketing is to not only get new patients, become seen as the go-to practice, also create incredible partnerships, but also to create reviewable experiences, tiny helpful moments that people actually remember and talk about. I'll give you an example. These are all from members in the course that they've utilized. One of them that I love that they utilize is the quick shade check. This is an on-the-spot scenario. And the line that was used to open is, hey, we're just doing a free smile shade check today. It takes 20 seconds. And it lets you see where your teeth color sits on the whitening scale. Want to try it? Everybody's like, yeah, sure, because they're shopping around, picking up the little freebies, right? Toothpaste, floss, and things like that. So as they're doing that, or as their child's doing something where they're playing games on the side, they do it. And you show the shade guide beside one front tooth and say something honest. You can say something like, you're right in the natural white range. Most people are darker than that. Nice work, keeping it clean. Or you can say, you're 2 shades from bright white. That's exactly where whitening starts showing quick results. And then you continue, right? And if you want, you can say this line too. If you want, I can text you your shade number so you can compare it next time. And if you like to drop a quick review on Google about the shade check, people love reading those. It helps more folks stop by and try it. They'll love it. They'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll leave a review about the event, about the experience I had right now in your booth, in your area. But at the same time, now you're also getting a new patient, a new prospect because, hey, they're noticing maybe my teeth aren't that white, or maybe I would like whiter teeth, or you know what? I would like to continue to keep these teeth white and so forth. You gave them a personal data point, no pressure, and a reason to visit again. They can compare it next time. You're getting their information to text them their shade number, and now you have more information from them that you can utilize for later on. Another one that I really enjoyed and liked is the sensitivity test. They say, hey, we're doing quick sensitivity checks. Take 10 seconds. You'll know right away if you got an early enamel sensitivity. And then they either hand them something specific like a metal straw or chilled wipe to touch to a front tooth or somewhere specific. Then they say like, hey, if you felt that little zing, that's early enamel wear. Or that's an easy fix, but better to catch it now. Here's a card. Or if you want, we can put you in and Tuesday or Wednesday works better. Which day works better for you? We can get you checked in. It's free. And then from that point on, we can see if there needs to be further work and we'll let you know. That's it. You can even follow up with people actually post about this one. It's a quick way to warn others before it turns into pain. If you want, you can feel free to drop that in a Google review. Folks look it up all the time. Just put it in their mind that they can drop a Google review right then and there. Too many times we're afraid to say like, oh man, what if they leave a negative? They won't. They won't leave a negative review unless they had a negative experience. But if they're like, thank you for letting me know and bringing me awareness to this, I love it, they'll leave a review and they'll leave a good one. And something like that, like the sensitivity test, it's useful, builds micro urgency, and gives a booking reason. They catch it early, right? And there's many more in the ground marketing course, realistic on-the-spot scenarios that you can utilize their ideas. They're really fantastic, like the fresh breath check, the smile confidence photo, the smile check card, which I personally love, the smile check card. It's a smile check card that says you have a great baseline, slight staining, or your sensitivities noted. You do a quick check, give it to you, and people sign up on the spot for a second visit in your practice. It's beautiful. And when you're doing all this, you can use a universal wrap-up line that goes like this. You know, if that was helpful, would you mind dropping a quick Google note about it? I mean, it helps more people know we're out here doing these free checks. And I can text you the link so it's easy. And that's it. People are leaving reviews about the checks, but at the same time, they're leaving reviews about the experience that they've had with you. And that's fantastic. And you're also getting their contact information for maybe to send them for further promos, appointments, confirmations, and so much more. So make sure you do that. That's a dual win. Each mini check that you do, meaning like a breath check, smile check card, sensitivity check, shade check, each check that you do does two things. A lead magnet gives them something to compare next time or brings in your card or just comes into the office. And the second thing, it's a review hug. They get to share their experience. And it's short, friendly, and natural. These are real interactions that plant the seed for both a visit and a review. So make sure you do that. And like I said, many more scenarios are found in the ground marketing course with the scripts. So you can just practice those, role play them. When you're at events, make sure you do them. Part 3 is the review to revenue pipeline. Here's where the money is, because reviews don't make you money by existing. They make you money by being used. Think of every review as raw material. You have to refine it. So you want to build a review bank. Every month, collect all your reviews into one spot. It can be a Google Sheet, Notion, whatever works, and tag them by emotion. This is relief. This is comfort. This is trust. This is clarity. This is family vibes. Tag them by emotions. When you're done, you've got a library of real words that sell better than anything you can write. So if you're like, man, I want people to start feeling more comfort, boom, put those up. And I'll tell you right now how to do that. That's with number 2. You want to create story strips. Don't post long paragraphs. Pull out 1 or 2 emotional sentences and reuse them. Here's an example. I was terrified of dentists. I cried from relief walking out. That'd be under relief. And that's not a review. That's an ad headline. That's fantastic. So make sure you only pull out 1 or 2 emotional sentences and reuse them. The next thing you want to do is plug story strips everywhere. New patient phone script. Hey, are you nervous? Totally fine. One of our patients said, I was terrified but left in tears of relief. That's on the phone. You can say that on the phone to a new patient. Treatment plan presentation. Here's a patient who went through the same case and said, I wish I'd done it sooner. You can show them in like your treatment plan presentation book, binder of actual cases that went fantastic, and that one-liner and how they look. Social post, from terrified to relieved. That's what real dentistry looks like. And just post it. You don't need new copywriters. Your patients already wrote your marketing. You just haven't mined it yet. You need to mine these. Okay, so build a review bank, create these story strips. And the story strips are, not long paragraphs, but just you're pulling out 1 or 2 emotional sentences and reusing them. Then you want to plug those story strips everywhere. Your front team wants to use them in new patient phone scripts. Your treatment plan or treatment coordinator wants to use them in treatment plan presentations. Your marketing team or your whole team wants to use it when they're posting on social media. Utilize these things. And then part 4, the witness wall system. This is huge. Let's talk about proof, okay? Because people trust people. So let's show them the people. Instead of hanging random photos on your walls, build what I call a witness wall. It's 4 columns, from nervous to comfortable, from pain to relief, from embarrassed to proud, from just shopping to committed. Under each, post 3 to 5 short review snippets. Now that's not decor, that's psychology. Because the patient walking by will quietly think, that's me. Maybe I can be okay too. So remember that. And the digital version of this is your website, right? And your website shouldn't have a page called Testimonials. No, rename it to Stories Like Yours. Okay, so if it says Testimonials right now, take that out. And you want to have it Stories Like Yours. And group them by emotion, not service. Group them by emotion, such as I was scared to call. I needed something affordable. I wanted to smile again. See, when you do that, that's empathy at scale. So make sure you do that, okay? And then a community version of this is you can create proof packs for your community partners, like gyms, schools, employers. And it's a simple 1-page PDF. It can have their logo, 3 reviews from people like them, and a short note that says, we're here because the people who keep this place running deserve VIP care. And now your partners are distributing your proof for you. Okay, so that would be the community version. But the witness wall inside your practice, that's how you want those 4 columns to look. from nervous to comfortable, from pain to relief, from embarrassed to proud, from just shopping to committed. And I have an example of this image of how this looks in the ground marketing course. And all you got to do is just look at it and copy and paste it. That's it. So I'll put the witness wall system in the ground marketing course. And like I say, if you're not a member of the course, I'd love to see you in the course. We work a lot with you more one-on-one in there, and it's fantastic. So I'm going to put a link in the show notes below. And you can also see, by clicking that link, see what other colleagues of yours are saying about the course and the results that they're getting as well. But I'd love to see you in it. So make sure you have the witness wall, the system, the digital version of it, and the community version of it. A lot of you might still have in your website testimonials. Call your marketing agency or whoever and just let them know, hey, I would like to rename that to stories like yours, and then start grouping them by emotion. Now, part 5, review metrics that actually matter. If you want this to grow like a system, you have to measure what matters. So track these 5 things. Number 1, review velocity. New reviews per month per doctor. That's what that means. So the goal should be like 5 to 10, right? 2, thematic mix, meaning what people mention most. Do they mention comfort, money, kids, speed? If you right now have over 100 reviews, there's a thematic thing in your practice that's running through. Look for that theme, meaning, man, they are fantastic with kids. They are so fast. I love the time that they're opened at. Their comfort, the doctor, there's a theme. Look for it. Capitalize on it. So that's number 2. Number 3 is source mentions. Which reviews reference specific events or workplaces? 4, keyword richness. Are patients using emotional language like explained, gentle, no pressure? And 5, conversion impact. Ask new patients, what reviews stuck with you? Remember that. Ask new patients if they said, hey, yeah, your Google reviews brought me in. I looked at your Google page, your reviews brought me in. Ask them, what reviews stuck with you? Now, if your reviews aren't telling you what to say in your ads, you're not listening yet. The patients already wrote your script. You just have to quote them. Super simple. They're telling you exactly why they're coming to your practice. And guess what? There's more people like them. And all you got to do is just utilize their language, their verbiage, and you'll get them in. So when you connect reviews and ground marketing, you stop chasing patients, you start earning advocates. Every review becomes a mini billboard written by someone they trust. So here's the new mindset. Ground marketing plants the story, the patients live it, the review tells it, and Google spreads it. See, that's not marketing anymore. That's storytelling, powered by real people. And it's the most believable, scalable, and profitable marketing a dental practice can ever do. So make sure you utilize this as much as possible. Bookmark this episode and make this happen. All this information and so much more is found in the ground marketing course. I'd love to see you in there. Like I say, it's in the show notes below. Click on the first link in the show notes below and become a member of the ground marketing course. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.